Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am doing yet another reaction video, History of Jank number 45. Cimo and MBT are once again playing decks from my website, tcgrewind.com, and I wanted to watch them play it out, see if they're doing the decks justice. As always, this isn't an intent to flame them for their gameplay. It's to try to help educate the public on how to play the 2011 format better, and even like give an actual shed a decent amount of light on these decks that they're playing, because they do these videos for quick content, but I don't think they typically know as much about the decks as a person who built the library. So yeah, we're gonna go over it. We're gonna talk about it. Let's just hop right into this.
Countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is the history of Jank. If you want 5% off any single...
Let's see if they shout out TCG Rewind this time in their video. If they actually verbally say it. They put us in the comments last time, they pinned it. But, I mean, these videos see like thousands on thousands of views. I would definitely appreciate just a little like, oh, hey, these builds came from TCG Rewind. You know how I know? Because they're titled the same over here. You can't really see. See, yeah, right there. So they're titled like the same as if you download it straight from the website, and they're card for card, the exact same builds. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see what they say about it. I'm interested.
But little did I know that my presence on this show would be reduced to a Sisyphusian task. Every week we would find a worse and worse build of plant synchro to foist upon me so I can get that idiot out of the tank. Well, here we are. It's Cloudian Synchro. Now, Cloudians were played on History of Jank once already as a glacially slow control deck that takes over the game by the use of fog tokens. But that's not the only Cloudian build people tinkered with. Cloudian Turbulence is a powerful card that says you can remove a fog counter from it to summon a Cloudian smoke ball from your deck or from either player's graveyard. Now, this enables you, if you amass enough fog counters, to summon Cloudian Smoke Ball a ton of times. It's like a spore that continues to return.
All right, I don't think he actually knows what the purpose of this is in here. So like the reason why you use Turbulence is, it's not hovering the card text right now, but Turbulence says it can't be destroyed by battle. So basically this build is like standard Tengu plants, except instead of Sanguine, it's running the Cloudian Fog Cloud, just so you have extra fodder for this guy here. I forget his name. But the Turbulence effect is it can't be destroyed by battle, and then like when you normal summon it, it gets a counter. So that counter stays on it the whole time it's on the board, and then when you use its effect, you remove the counter to summon a Cloudian Smoke Ball from deck or graveyard. What that means is it functions very similarly to Tengu in the deck. This is your replacement to Tengu. So it's like Cloudian Plant Synchro, if that makes sense. And the reason for that is because the combo ceiling is a bit higher, so to speak. Like, overall, Tengu is definitely better, but the cool thing about this is, like, let's say you put this on the field, can't be destroyed by battle, you just pass. Turn comes back around to you. You can normal summon Glow Up Bulb and then summon the Smoke Ball, and then that's Librarian formula right there for a draw 2 combo. So like that's where it's like kind of good. It's because this level 4 provides you with the level 1 to allow you to go into the Librarian formula combo. I'm going to assume he's missing that because like he's like talking about how like awkward or bad this card is in the deck. It actually has, that is its primary function. Like it gives you a lot of weird plays by basically giving you a 4 and a 1 anytime you summon it, in addition to having your like tuners in the graveyard and stuff like that. We'll see if it comes up for him. But that is like where the logic of this deck is and why it like functions.
Except it doesn't level modulate, and it's not a tuner. So in reality, it's nothing like Spore, and as a result, this archetype does quite literally nothing for the existing plant synchro setups. Cloudian Turbulence...
Yeah, so he's completely missing it. He doesn't actually see that line of 5 + 1 is, you know, is 5 and 2, or 4 + 1 is like 5-2. You can go into formula. Librarian formula is like the best combo plants can do. Like any synchro deck from the 2011 era, this is like one of the best combos you can do because it gives you a draw 2 and a potential black rose on your opponent's turn. So it's pretty good. But we'll skip ahead. We'll look at what Cimo's saying because, like I said, I don't think he actually knows the purpose of these cards.
Idea because we end up getting some of the worst abominations we've ever played, which proved to be highly entertaining for you, so it's ultimately a win-win. This is Divine Wind of Mist Valley. Now, Mist Valley FTK is the reason why Divine Wind of Mist Valley has been banned, limited since like 2011, and we're not going to show that off because FTKs are boring and no one wants to watch them. Basically, if you want the gist,
I don't think that FTK existed in 2011. I've never heard of it. I don't think so. But I'm not really sure what he's referring to, so I haven't seen that, but I don't think that was a thing in 2011.
Of it, just go YouTube it. You can look up Summoner Monk and Divine Wind of Mist Valley. 2-card combo. It ultimately ends in like Blaze Phoenix Bombardment Bird, just like burning the opponent to death. We've seen that like 90 different ways, and just that card should just be banned altogether anyway. But this is a deck that just takes advantage of Divine Wind of Mist Valley to be more of just a value generating engine because of the cards that were out at this time. Most notably, Reborn Tengu is in fact a wind. If you've never seen Divine Wind of Mist Valley before, it reads, once per turn, if a wind monster you control returns to the hand except during damage, you can special summon a level 4 lower wind monster from your deck. Now, there's a lot of cool ways that we can trigger this, and there's a lot of neat things that we can do with this as a result. So, for instance, we can use our own copies of Compulse to bounce our monsters back to hand so that we can trigger this to get value off of it if we want to be more proactive with our Compulse instead of reactive. Mist Valley Falcon is a 2000 attack level 4 that cannot declare an attack unless you return a card you control to the hand. This also pairs well with Reborn Tengu because not only is it a wind we can fetch off of Divine Wind, it's also a monster that if it's bounced to hand because it's leaving the field, will trigger and summon another Tengu. So this was the largest issue with this deck. There wasn't really a other card to really generate value off of the fact that you were bouncing this, so you're losing a lot of tempo.
Crystal Beast, I swear it. There has to be a build for it. Someone figure it out. We got an upcoming 2011 tournament coming up. There's a video I posted about it. You know, go check that out. But Crystal Beast, that is a way you could generate it outside of Tengu. I mean, Tengu's probably better, but like Sapphire Pegasus is a wind, so you could put a wind, and then by bouncing the one in your spell and trap card zone, you could special from deck. Theory I had. I don't know if it's any good, but you know, someone give it a shot.
When you use an effect like Mist Valley Falcon, Tengu solved this problem like it did a myriad of others, which is why it was like the card in every deck at the time, but that's the gist of the deck. So we're centralizing around just trying to get as much value off Divine Wind as possible. We also have some other cool things we can do. So we have 3 Mist Valley Falcon. We have 1 Winged Rhinos. This is probably the only time this card has ever been playable. 1800 when
I think Winged Rhinos was playable in like earlier formats. Like the nice thing about it is like before like Warning and stuff existed, this card would just dodge every trap. Like, it was actually kind of annoying. Like, you could summon it, they bottomless, it just bounces back to hand. Like, this card's, like, not bad. But the reason why I put it in here is because of that fact that, like, you know, if you have, like, a Tengu on board and you normal this and they, like, want a Torrential, you're going to dodge it and get a special from deck. Weird things like that, but I do think it's, like, pretty functional.
When a trap card is activated, you can return this card from the field to the hand. So this can self-trigger Divine Wind, but we do need to use a trap card in order to do that. 2 Mist Valley Soldier. This card's actually not bad. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster that was not destroyed, return that opponent's monster to the hand. You must control this face-up card to activate and to resolve this effect. So it's a weird way to bounce stuff back, but it could actually come up if you find yourself faced against like a gigantic wall of a monster. And it's a decent stat line, and I could see why it was played. Obviously, through Tengu, 2 Gen X Blast Fan. This is one of the main value cards you can summon off of Divine Wind of Mist Valley, that when it's special summoned, you can add a dark Gen X monster from your deck to your hand, mainly Gen X Ally Birdman. We've seen combos with this and Tengu before.
Yeah, so this card, Blast Fan, is actually nuts in this deck. For example, like, you summon any any Miss Valley, like any wind monster on your field outside of Tengu, because you can't summon the Blast Fan when Tengu's in the chain because it'll be Chain Link 2 and it'll miss timing on the search. But basically, it just always searches you another Birdman. So, like, you can, like, a really cool play is, like, you use Summoner Monk, you pitch, like, a Terraforming, you special Blast Fan. Blast Fan adds Birdman from your, like, from deck to hand. You then can activate Divine Wind, bounce the Blast Fan to your hand, special the Birdman, and then summon Tengu from deck to give you a free level 7 synchro and have Tengu live with while keeping your Summoner Monk. Other options is Blast Fan's also a spellcaster, so you can make Arcanite Magician, which is really, really good. Some of the other cards, like this guy, the Miss Valley, what's his name? I forget. He's like, he's a quick effect to bounce a card, so that allows you to bounce your wins during your opponent's turn. And it can bounce any card, like even your like Call the Haunted, so like if it's like a dead call on field or a dead Fiendish Chain, you can just bounce it back so you can reset it, which is really, really nice. And that's why you run some of these cards in here to like supplement that. Because same thing goes with Miss Valley Falcon. Like you can bounce a dead Fiendish Chain for the attack, which is pretty good because it doesn't just have to bounce monsters. It can bounce anything, which is where there's like a lot of really interesting mechanics this deck can do. Honestly, I really don't think this deck is that bad. I think it's like pretty decent. I wouldn't say it's like tier 1 in this format, but I do think like it is a pretty okay rogue strategy. It's really not bad, and I think it's really fun to play. I really like it, but yeah, I'm not going to listen to him talk about the deck for the next 20 minutes.
That is the case. And yeah, we're not playing the FDK, but you might be able to understand just by watching this match why this card was on the radar of Konami. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Well, Joseph, we've hit that point in the history of Jank, like we do every 3 episodes, where we run out of decks. And so now we are running through the gauntlet of decks provided to us by our lovely fan base. And these...
Bro, just say TCG Rewind. That's where they came from. Provided to us by our lovely fan base. It was me. They're both from me. Just say my name. There's like 20,000 viewers on this in like the first minute it's posted, man. Like, help a brother out. That's so sad. All right, I'm done being salty. We'll move on.
2 decks we're playing today. Jesus Christ, save us.
How do you come up with this one? This one in particular, the one that I'm playing, I truly, you have to have a sick mind to end up with this list.
All right, I gotta give credit where credit's due. I actually did not come up with this Cloudian Synchro deck. It was when I hosted the first like 2011 tournament like a few years back with Luxury Gaming. There was a guy who was like grinding Dueling Book playing this build, and I asked for it, and then I like used it. I don't remember who he was. I don't like even remember his Discord to reach out to him. It's like sad. But he came up with this, and I thought it was really cool because actually it did functionally work very similarly to Tengu plants. It's not as much of an abomination as it seems. Like I said, like there is a pretty high ceiling with it. Although Tengu plants is definitely just the better version, right?
I don't know how you feel about what you're playing.
This seems actually kind of competent. I will say I am happy we get to show off a card that's been on the ban list for like an eternity that a lot of people don't really understand why it's banned. And we're not showing off the reason it was banned because that's not really fun to watch, although it might be for some of you sadistic people out there. But yeah, like I think it's going to be cool. I think I'm more concerned about the decks in the next couple episodes because I think we're slowly descending into like the layers of jank hell. And this is like the upper layer.
No. It's not going to be good. I will say it's arguable as to whether the FTK got Mist Valley banned or this deck. That is a card that I think we could probably remove from the ban list tomorrow with no problem.
I would agree. I think if anything, your tournaments have shown that quite well.
They've been trying.
We're going to find out. Let's shout out the Patreon. It's Rab the Crab. Fun name. Thank you for the support. Buddy, do you have the hand up?
I do.
And I will go with what the die says. We'll go odd.
It's odd. Yeah, it's odd.
All right. Woo! Never led us astray before, die. I'm tired of trying to one-up you, figure out what you're thinking. Just roll the die, forget about it. Brainless. Kind of like the deck that I'm playing. Good luck, buddy.
Good luck to you, too.
Hey, I don't think this deck is brainless. There's actually pretty cool combos you can do in it. It's like really interesting. Like for example, these 2 cards can enable like an OTK, like where you like attack with Tengu, and then you attack with the Falcon, bouncing Tengu, allowing you to get another Tengu. So that's like, I don't know. It's a lot of damage.
Ooh.
okay.
That doesn't really help. All right. Main one.
Yep.
I am going to set one card. Could be anything.
Still with
I
you.
will pass the turn. Actually, I lied. I will normal reborn Tengu because this has to be face up.
Right. Stand by me. I'm gonna set one card. Then I'm gonna set 1, 2, and back to you.
All right, we'll draw. Stand by anything.
Nope.
Main one. I'm the best player.
The heavy storm
That's
bait.
okay. It's scapegoat.
Okay.
MBT has to know that Cimo's playing back row, so it is a bit sus that he didn't set anything. He just passed, like with just a Tengu. That seems a bit odd to me. So realistically, he probably should have read that there's a heavy storm coming, and I would have just set like one card. Especially if he just set the scapegoat. It's not bad. It puts Cimo in an awkward position where you don't really want to set other back row with the heavy, so you kind of just have to leave it until MBT commits to setting multiple, but he never really has to set multiple. So he can basically like play through very minimal back row using like a synchro heavy deck, and I think that's like a better approach.
Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to be killing you anytime soon, sadly.
And then
Hitting the
was
warning's
other
good.
one. Not bad. Okay. We're going to get to see why another card was hit on the list very shortly. I am going to bounce Tengu back to hand to summon Jeanyus ally Birdman.
ooh, that is an activated effect. I'll chain max it.
Yes, it is.
Tragic.
Oh, this is actually going to fucking suck then, because Tengu is mandatory. All right, this is bad. Sure. So you get to draw 2 here, because I had to trigger Tengu. Well, fuck. I wanted to keep going, but now that just seems like a death sentence. Let's just normal summon the Tengu we bounced.
Sure.
Battle, I will try to hit your set.
It is dandelion.
This is kind of what I talked about in my Max C video, talking about Max C in the 2011 format. People like really give it a ton of flack and say that this card is like awful for the format, but in 2011 it's really not that bad. Like, I think this is one of the circumstances where you're playing a card that is going to get punished by Max C, and literally the ceiling of that is MBT like got a +1, which it's not that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, Cimo still has board control, and he's totally fine to just kind of chill on this board.
Okay, well, this is very funny. So can you not activate it because you have to summon 2 tokens?
Well, I'm actually under scapegoat, so I can't activate it.
Oh, that's true. You can't do it anyway. Okay, so I'll just kill 2 more goats.
Yep.
And then second main, I will set 1, 2, and I'll throw it to you.
Stand by main. Let's normal summon Lone Fire Blossom.
That seems like a problem.
It's pretty
Sure.
good.
I'll go for the effect here. We are going to special Spore in defense mode.
I have no response.
To be honest, I think Cimo should have just warninged the Spore summon. Or not the Spore summon, the Lone Fire effect. Because in reality, like, if he does that, there realistically isn't going to be a follow-up play from MBT. He's just going to kind of sit there with the tokens. And now you're going to let him get a draw 1 and a level 5 synchro out of the deal. Like, I don't think that's worth it. Like, the consequence of letting that go through is actually pretty big.
Let's go Spore and the token for Formula Synchron. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I'm going to activate Spore here. We're going to banish the Lone Fire, I think. Let me count. Yeah, it's going to be 4 either way.
I feel like we didn't see a lot of this little guy in history, so I'm glad he's getting his representation here.
No, we did not. We'll go 5 for Catastor here.
Sure.
Then I am going to pass turn.
Interesting. All right, I'll draw. Main 1. So you conspicuously left up a 5 and a 2.
I could
What
be doing
card would you
literally
be able to
anything.
Synchro summon on my turn. What would you possibly synchro summon on my turn, buddy? I cannot think of a single card. I want to do something very funny, but I don't think it's the correct thing to do. I'm going to normal summon Mist Valley Falcon. I'm going to proceed to battle.
I guess I have to formula here.
I'm guessing on...
Yeah, we're going to do it as you proceed to battle, so end of main.
Right, end of main,
Formula
'cause it has to be
shockingly
during-
is main phase
Yes.
only.
It's main phase only. So then in that case, I am going to warning.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Well, actually, because I have to warning the effect here, right?
Yeah.
'Cause can I warning the Black Rose?
No.
Right. That's what I thought. Okay. So got that taken care of.
Can
The
you?
problem
Hold up.
is-
Wait, I think you
Right.
actually might be able to.
Can I?
Yes, you can. So not only
Oh, you
can
can.
you have to.
Oh, Interesting.
So
Okay.
Formula Synchron's effect doesn't do anything. It's once per chain during your opponent's main phase, activate this effect, period. Immediately after this effect resolves, Synchro Summon. It just allows you to perform a game action, which is Synchro Summoning, which I will do for Black Rose, and then you can Warning.
Okay. And then I will Warning. Okay.
I'm not sure if that's correct or not. You know, I don't have the degree in Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, when it comes to like ruling, so I'll let the people in the comments answer that question. So comment if you know if that's like actually correct. Because I remember trying to do this with like Thunder King. I played against Jesse Cho, and he said that you could not do that because it was a resolving card effect, but I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys in the comments. You tell me.
Okay.
It's kind of like how you can Warning or Judgment the effect of a True Draco spell trap.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes some sense. I fucking hate Yu-Gi-Oh. All right. So took care of that. I'll go to battle. I think you're dead here, actually. So
Yeah,
we'll
I
go 14, 17,
Yep.
17.
Yep.
I will
It's
declare an
okay.
attack with Mist Valley.
Also, this is very subtle, and I don't expect people to just randomly know this, but Birdman has an effect that says if it bounces a wind monster, it gains 500 attack, and he bounced the Tengu, so instead of taking 14, MBT actually needed to take 19. The Birdman is at 19, but, you know, I feel sweaty knowing that, so, you know.
Valley Falcon, which requires me to bounce a card back to hand, which then triggers Tengu, and then I get the final
There's
Tengu
that
and
sweet
kill you.
OTK.
That is true. Well, you know what they say, Reborn Tengu is a hell of a card.
You know, I am never impressed by the amount of things Reborn Tengu is able to do.
Oh my
It's
god.
truly impressive.
It's something. Okay, we'll go standby main. How do I want to do this? Let's go Lone Fire Blossom. I'll activate the effect.
Sure.
We'll go grab Dandelion. I think that's probably it. It's a pretty boring turn, but
Yeah, that's not the greatest.
it is what it is. Back to you.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't think my play is very good either. I will Terraforming. We're going to get the card that the deck's named after, Divine Wind of Mist Valley.
Yo!
We're going to fire it.
Yes,
Nice little backdrop, I will say. Bring out Tengu.
that's fine.
I will kill Dandelion.
I will get my token.
Honestly, this backdrop kind of looks like MVT sleeves. Like, it really, like, blends in nicely.
That you will. I will set a card, and that's all I got.
Standby main. Let's go Debris Dragon, target Dandelion.
Is the God combo. Yep.
We'll go 4.
I feel like you want to Valor there. Like, worst case scenario, if you Valor the debris there, he's gonna make an Orient Dragon, which, like, who cares? But in this scenario, he gets to make Trish, which, like, yes, you can Valor, but Trish is a lot bigger of a booty compared to Orient Dragon, which is really not, like, a threat. Like, Orient Dragon's like, okay, I guess I'll Synchro, right, for board control. But I think you're totally fine with that, where I think the Trish is a lot more threatening. Granted, I mean, he does have Compulse, but he really wants to use this Compulse on his own Tengu to get a summon.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Mistworm. It's almost like the Mistworm
He doesn't
belongs
know.
in the Mist Valley.
He doesn't know
What the hell are
Trish
you
is in the
talking
format.
Oh, that's actually
There
much
it
worse.
is.
I'll Valor.
Okay, we'll go Trish 1, Dandy 2.
Valor 3. Get your tokens. That's fine.
I'm going to go 1 for 1 here.
Pitch for cost.
And I'll pitch Tour Guide. Let's go grab Spore. Do I want to grab Spore? This is 1, 2. Yeah, for sure. Spore and a token for Formular.
Go ahead and formulate.
Comedy. Spore effect.
Okay.
Banish Lone Fire here.
Make it a 4.
Spore and the token for a 5. We'll grab
Also, I feel like this order of operations was a little sussy too, because I'm pretty sure that had he went for the 1-for-1 play first, he could have made a Formula Librarian, and then he could have gone for a Synchro play for a draw. Maybe it's not worth it. I don't know. I guess this is fine. He was he did need, like, I guess he didn't know there was a Valor present, but there's 2 Valor here. It's weird. Maybe this is fine. I think either way, I guess it's okay.
Caster.
Okay.
Cataster and Formula for Ancient Fairy.
That's
That's
quite
good.
funny.
I'm gonna try and crack the Mist Valley.
Does your deck play field spells?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I
it
don't know if
maybe it does.
I don't know if that influences my decision either way. It's just kind of funny. Yeah, that's fine. It's gone.
I'll
Gain
gain
your
1,000.
1,000.
Combat,
Sure.
AFD.
So I'll take 4 trigger
On
Tengu.
attack deck.
Ooh.
Maxi.
Yes, sir. All right.
This
so
compulse is actually going to be a big
Tengu,
punish
you
here
draw.
because of that.
Trish.
I'm going to compulse the Trish back to your extra.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go second main. I'll just pass. Back to you.
Let's draw. Oh, perfect. That is
It's
exactly
pretty awkward.
Main one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's nothing funny I can do, sadly. So I will normal a Veiler. Second Maxi. That's frustrating.
All right, so this is one of the more optimal times to max C in the scenario because of the fact that, like, you know for a fact that MBT or that like Cimo has to make this push here. This is where you're actually he's using max C pretty intelligently. But again, it's just going to be a +1.
Frustrating. That means if I synchro, you get 2 summons or 2 draws.
Very
I
true.
get 2. Well, that's frustrating. Is killing Ancient Fairy Dragon worth giving you 2 draws? Judging by my hand, I don't think I have much of a choice. So
Yeah,
will
you
get
need to
your
go
draws.
for it.
So I'll make Cataster, trigger Tengu. We'll get the final Tengu. Taster in.
As you leave main, I will Veiler the Cataster. Oh, fuck. Never mind.
I
That shit
was about to say, I don't think it matters, but
It's actually actively worse for me.
yeah. It'll hit for 17.
Yep.
Second main, I have a back row.
Stand by main.
Yep. You got a full grip. Ha! Idiot. It was terraforming.
Oh,
Well, never mind.
The
You know
nuts.
who's the idiot.
Let's see. Let's go normal tour guide effect.
Wow. Okay, sure.
Tour guide, summon tour guide.
Wish I would have kept that.
does he have the Cloudian card in his hand? Poison Cloud? Because you should definitely get Poison Cloud there. Oh, I guess he pitched a tour guide, so maybe it actually is better. Just kidding. It's better to get the tour guide, even though I don't know if you really want to I almost would say I'd rather bank on the Avarice and then have Poison Cloud be engrave than worry about the like tour guide draw without anything. Like I'd rather just hard draw that tour guide and then have a play later with Avarice than like just have Poison Cloud in hand. But it's whatever.
Baylor. Yep.
Overlay for Levier. Levier, target, Lone Fire.
Pretty good.
It's all right. Let's see if I have targets left. I have a target. Combat.
Yep.
Wow.
Take 23.
Second main.
Who we cracking for?
Oh, we got to get the boy. Back to you.
We'll draw.
That's not what you wanna see.
Fantastic. I will set 1. Go ahead.
Stand by me.
Yep. Not
It's looking
dead.
pretty
Oh,
over.
You're really not dead. Wow. You're extremely not dead. Turbulence is so bad. Let's just try and hit for 18 here.
I'll take 18. That's fine.
All right, back to you.
That doesn't do what I want, sadly. Where does that get us? I will normal Summoner Monk.
He can go for Blast Fan here, which will get him a level 7 synchro. So he could go Arcanite, which isn't that bad. But it does, like, because then he could, like, swing over, like, the Leviair and then pop the other 2. Or he could just pop 2, leave the Leviair, because there's nothing banished. But Blast Fan isn't terrible here, because he can just get a synchro. But it does suck he has to pitch the field spell to do it.
Yeah.
I will activate Summoner Monk, pitching Divine Wind of Mist Valley to get Veilered by the Veiler. I know that you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot there's
Well,
the
it
Veiler
does
there.
save you another turn. Stand by main.
Potentially.
Or does it at all? Econ. Give me your monk.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's fine.
Monk. Do we even have a target here? Oh, you fucking idiot! I summon Cloudian Turbulence!
It's level 4. Fuck.
Alright, so this card, when it's normal summoned, gets a fog counter. Now you'll notice I didn't normal summon it, so it does not get a fog counter.
I'm glad this card was too powerful that it couldn't be on summon.
And that means that stupid smoke ball engrave is going to do nothing. Let's go Monk, Gub away for Hyper Librarian. And
Yeah, I'm dead. We can just.
Yeah, one other function of the turbulence in this deck, which is really cool, is you can special the smoke ball off of just off the summon, and then if you have enemy controller, you can tribute that smoke ball to steal your opponent's Tengu, and then make a rank 4 with it. So you can deny your opponent's Tengu effects, which is another nice little synergy the deck has with like the Tengu plant cards.
Just go to the game 3.
Oh, okay.
I don't think there was anything that would have saved me. I could have like Valor Debris, but I was just hoping to just Valor whatever you were going to bring off of it, and just like it didn't really matter. You also had double Maxi Valor at like the worst possible opportunity.
That was actually triple Maxi. I still had one in hand.
Excuse me. I also had like 5 copies of Divine Wind of Mist Valley and no way to trigger it unless I compulsed my own Tengu back to hand, which was completely just not right for me to do. So I'll try it. Hopefully our hand looks a little bit better than last. Holy crap. Please let this draw save me. Okay, now we might be fine. Terraforming.
You gotta stop saying shit like that. Yeah, terraforming is fine.
I will get Divine Wind of Mid.
The old Cimo special. The last card he draws fixes his broken hand.
Yes. The reason we're fine is because we drew Tengu for our 6th card.
Oh, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll set 2.
That's a risky gamble he's playing. Granted, like, you can technically take this because your opponent might think, oh, there's a Starlight Road. Like, no way would he play all these spell and traps if he didn't have Starlight Road. So you can do it as, like, a bait. But if he gets heavied here, he pretty much just loses the game, which is kind of unfortunate. Like, I feel like it might have been better just to set the compulse or the warning. And try to prevent it. That, or like maybe if he uses the compulse on MBT's draw phase, like he could do that, but that seems a little jank. I don't know.
2 and pass. We have heavy, so be it.
Draw. Stand by me. Can't believe the amount of thinking I have to do here. That's ridiculous.
Imagine thinking in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Quite literally could not be me.
If people have watched History of Jank up until this point, that's the least. There's the least amount of thinking involved in this series.
True.
We're gonna 1 for 1.
Oh.
Storm Dragon.
Cost. I will chain Maxi.
Holy fuck.
Don't you love this fair and balanced card that everyone thinks can come back to 3, Joseph? Isn't it so great?
No, okay, listen. I got mad about this on my own stream the other day, but I cannot fathom having that take. I played so much Sword Soul where 80% of the games were just decided by who opened the silly little earth insect. I never want to see anyone talk about this again. Man, I really can't do anything, huh? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna normal summon Thunder King Ryo.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll warning him.
Damn, dog, that is so annoying.
See, this is kind of why Maxi isn't as oppressive in this format. Like, you kind of saw the situation. Like, there's easily other follow-up plays or alternatives to making a synchro. Like, realistically, if he had, like, the Cloudian Turbulence in hand, it could have been nuts. Like, that could have been a really good play for him. But in the event that he got Maxi, it's fine to just summon the Thunder King. Like, Cimo had warning, whatever, like, that's going to happen. But even then, like, if this Global gets cleared, like, Cimo's realistically probably not OTKing on the next turn, which means that he can just, like, use this on the next turn, which, granted, Cimo has multiple Maxi in his hand, which is like a little ridiculous, but you know, it is what it is.
This really burns me up. I'll MST the unknown.
I will chain
bad
compulse
idea.
targeting Tengu.
Dog.
Realistically, the best way to use that MSC is either just use it on the field spell, or have it set to chain to when your opponent is bouncing a card. So like, if he's like gonna use compulsory, he could just MST the Divine Wind of the Mist Valley to prevent it from like triggering.
Yeah, that's okay. That's as bad as it could have been.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
so
risky
Tengu
biz.
bounces. This is going to trigger both Divine Wind of Mist Valley since a wind monster returned to my hand. So I get to summon both of these. They're both mandatory effects. I don't think the chain matters. So we're going to get a Tengu.
An optional.
Wind isn't. Oh, wind is an option. Okay, so Tengu would be chain like 1 then, and so I will resolve these correctly as a good Yu-Gi-Oh player. We're going to. Are we even playing? Oh, we are. Okay, we're going to special summon Gen X Blast Fan.
Don't do that.
There he is.
It misses timing. I don't know if they're gonna know that, but it does miss timing because it's chain link 2, and like Tengu has to resolve. Fun fact, even if like let's say like it's your last Tengu and you bounce that last Tengu and then summon, Tengu still attempts to trigger even if there's nothing in, it'll like still activate even if there's like nothing in deck. So it still will miss timing even if it's the last Tengu. That's an interesting thing to know.
And then, oh, actually, this is terrible. This is gonna miss timing.
Oh, okay,
Fuck
nice. You
this.
noticed.
Oh, because it's chain link 2.
Realistically, he should probably get Mist Valley Soldier because it's a level 4 tuner. MBT's already used his normal summon and is under max C. So, like, he's probably not going to out that Soldier. And on his next turn, he can just normal the Tengu, make a level 8 synchro, and that's pretty good. Like, make a Stardust to protect your Divine Wind.
Oh, that's so
Yep.
funny.
It's a when you can. No wonder no one played
So
this
funny.
fucking deck. That's terrible. All right, I can get any level 4 lower wind. Is there anything better? That is so irritating.
I mean, you
Wow.
would actively decline to activate Tengu in that case, right?
Possibly would, but unfortunately, per game mechanics, I can't. Well, 4 or lower. I don't
Technically,
know.
probably would decline to activate Tengu
I
in that
guess I'll
scenario.
just get Falcon. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then
Like, you already have the non-tuners. You don't need this Falcon. This Falcon just slows your play down a bit. Like, in other scenarios, it's a pretty good card. Here, I don't think it's very good.
Tengu gets a Tengu.
All right. Go.
Draw.
That's unlucky.
Fuck this game.
The old
Alright,
triple
game one.
Tengu special.
Tengu. Yep.
Shut up. Just shut up. God damn it. All right. Well, that puts a hole in the plan, doesn't it? Whatever. This card's funny because this is probably the only deck this is actually playable
Big
in.
sneeze.
Winged Rhinos.
Yeah. Yes. That's a card.
All right. Tengu in.
Yes.
Winged Rhinos for 18.
Yes.
Mist Valley Falcon for 2k. I will
Yes.
bounce the Tengu to my hand.
Yes.
This will trigger Divine Wind of Mist Valley.
Solemn warning.
Or not. All right. Second main, you're at 22. You've got 1 in hand. You have a bulb engraved. What am I seeing?
Look at this empty card advantage. This is like worst case scenario.
Bulb can actually get you somewhere. I will overlay for Steel Swarm Roach and pass.
Okay. I have some draws. Just gotta find them. Stand by main. I found them. Book.
That's a draw.
Normal. Dandelion.
Okay.
Bulb.
Maxi.
Son of a bitch! Oh my god. Okay. Well, I could go to combat here.
You want to put that bulb in defense there, partner.
Shockingly, I don't think it changes the math.
I don't think it does either.
You're
It's
really
funny
low to
that
leave
Bulb
those
can
both
get
in
over
attack.
Roach with its 0 defense. Sure.
Alright, back to you.
I don't think I can lethal you, sadly. I will run out Tengu. Just kill the bulb.
Okay, come on. Come on. Spore.
That's it.
Spore off the
Nothing
top.
else.
Spore off the top. Come on.
Caius would be good here. Oh, nice.
Pretty good too.
That's pretty fucking good, actually. Okay.
Bro, this is such a similar episode to the last one. Like, he
200.
rips
I
Ryo off
will
the top when he
not
needs it.
activate
I bet
Reborn
you won't.
Tengu.
I bet you won't.
So frustrating. Main 1.
Yeah.
Now we kind of have a problem.
The Thunder King's kind of hard for him to out right now.
I really just need to kill Dandy. I don't think Dandy can stick around. I will run out another Tengu.
How do you
and
keep
just
finding
kill
these?
Dandy?
All right, Dandy effect.
Yep, get your tokens.
I'm just so fucking good at Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm just
Ooh,
so
that's
fucking
pretty
good
good.
at Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm so fucking good at Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay,
Formula.
get your draw.
That's it.
Honestly, imagine if he hadn't used his glow up effect and he just swung over with that Dandy on that other turn. Like, here, the glow up would actually be really nuts because then he could go 5-2 and still have a Spore. So you could, like, draw, like, 4 cards off of all those synchros, if I'm doing my math right. Because it would be, you make the Librarian, you synchro, you draw 2. Okay, it'd be 3 cards, and then you use Spore's effect to draw again.
Interesting. All right, let's go Spore.
Cost
We're gonna banish Dandelion here.
and pro.
That sucks. That blows. Let's go to combat. Just hit for 2.
Take 2. I
Back
will not trigger
To
Tengu.
you.
Please? Oh, thank the fucking Lord. Can we just end this now? So you still have Formula is the problem here.
Yes.
You can still...
It is.
That reborn top's not
Well,
bad.
you happen to have a perfect star line for a black rose. That's annoying. I guess I can do something about it. I will reborn your Ryo.
Oh, I get it. I guess I have to formula here, right? Ugh, that's kind of crusty. 'Cause if I don't, you can Ryo the formula effect. You can threaten the Ryo, or you can threaten the Ryo, and you can attack the formula. So I'll do that.
Okay, it's fine.
1, 2, 3. We'll make
I don't know about using the token. To be honest, like, I don't know what that extra summon is going to do for you, but you're really low life. I think it's way better. Like, he hasn't used his normal summon. It's way better to leave that token and just make a Bryanak here. It's still going to be a big monster, but it's way safer than what he's doing.
Is there a reason to make Ancient Fairy? Probably. Let's make Ancient Fairy.
It's funny. And thankfully, I think you summoned the perfect monster for me to win the game. I will normal summon
Bonk.
Mist Valley Soldier.
Okay. No way!
It hit him. He realized.
I will attack your Ancient Fairy for 1,300 damage.
Yeah.
Bounce it back to the extra deck and swing for game with your Ryo.
That'll do it. Oh my god. I was so... Oh, perfect. Help was on the way. Don't worry.
Help was on the way. Look at that cute little guy. You know what I'm saying? That guy's OP. That's funny.
Oh my god. This was a disaster. Oh, Mist Valley looked pretty good. I mean, the Tengu decks always look pretty good, but getting...
I was going to say, it's playing Tengu. Like, how could it be bad? Right?
Getting to go, like, Tengu, you know, Birdman,
This
Tengu.
is stupid.
Overall, Cimo did play this deck not too terribly. There were some errors, like there were some better things he could have done, but it wasn't too bad. MBT, he got kind of the short end of the stick in game 3. Like his deck is one of the decks, like since it's so similar to Tengu plants, where it gets hurt by Max C pretty bad, and the fact that Cimo saw 2 Max C in his opening hand was just kind of nuts in the matchup. Like in reality, that's like all you could ever hope for if you're playing against like Tengu plants or something like that, is like seeing the multiple Max C to just kind of shut your opponent's plays down when they try to make them. Because this is like one of the few decks where like you really need to commit to your plays. So yeah, it is a bit awkward for him. So I think he kind of got sacked a bit in that way, because like traditionally, like your opponent's not going to see multiple Maxi in their opening hand. Like, I've had plenty of games playing against special summon heavy decks where I side in 3 and I just don't see it at all, you know? Like, so it is a bit out of the ordinary to see multiple. But I guess both of them kind of did. So that's the old dueling book shuffling system at its best, you know, at its finest. But yeah, overall, I don't think the play for these decks were too terrible. I think like Cimo missed a few windows to play like more optimally, but I think that about wraps it up for this episode. You know, overall, I think both these decks are pretty cool, but I think they're placed pretty fairly on my tier list video, just because of the fact that like they both do get kind of hurt by Max C. That's kind of what you see by more janky like tier 2 decks or tier 1.5 decks. And then, you know, that like Tengu plants is just better because it has better stopping points with Tengu, so it can be like a bit safer. But yeah, I think that wraps it up for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Cimo MBT, if for whatever reason you're watching this, you know, maybe next time you use my decks, just, you know, say where you got them from, you know, spare some change, you know. Either way, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you have a great time dueling today.